Hello and welcome to this edition of TMA's Farm Margin Talk. This is Devin Schierling, Grain Marketing Manager for TMA. Well, I don't know about most of you, but last night around midnight when thunder and lightning woke my entire family up, at first I was a little frustrated, but I couldn't help but smile driving to work this morning in the rain with my windshield wipers on and seeing wonderful beneficial moisture falling throughout the main part of our territory. So all I can say is it was a wonderful morning to be in central Kansas. But as we look at our farm profitability, it was also a wonderful time for our farm profit. As we look at corn, we've seen corn profitability remain strong at $115 an acre for dryland and $289 for irrigated corn. And profitability just continues to move down throughout the other commodities that we have, meaning there's good opportunity out there at almost every commodity. So this is just a detailed version of how they came up with that information. When you look at, for example, for irrigated corn, you see your crop nutrients, crop protection, just all the individual things that go into this, and we're assuming a 185 yield based off of today's new crop cash prices at Groveland, Kansas. And this is just our picture that shows the number of bushels it takes to purchase that crop nutrient need. Now, there hasn't been a lot of change in this, but we have seen our crop nutrient prices back off a little bit over the last week, just due to inactivity within this marketplace, whether it be the grain markets coming down after the report or the fact that we're not seeing a lot of producer buying or activity. We've seen a little bit of a retraction in those numbers this past week. So when we talk about profitability, this is an example of this chart will show you dryland soybeans and dryland corn on the same chart to give you a better picture of where our profitabilities are at. And so as you can see over time, there's been some times where the blue line soybeans were more profitable than corn, so on and so forth. But what I wanted to point out was there's not a coincidence why we've seen the soybean market try to make up a little bit of ground this past week based on the fact that it's still more profitable for a central Kansas producer to plant corn versus soybeans. So we'll have to continue to watch that spread and how it affects our profitability going forward. Uh, we always like to mention a little bit about crop insurance here. Remember that our crop insurance base price averaging period has started as of February the 1st. And these were the averaging periods for each of the three commodities listed on this chart. And so where we're at today is, as you can see, through 2 days, we have a base price of 578, and our volatility is running at about 24%. So we'll keep you apprised that as this continues to update as we go forward. But right now, higher prices are a great thing to lock in that minimum revenue we need to be successful on our farms. So many of you have seen this picture before. It's just a drought index of where all, where we need rain and where we sure haven't been getting it for quite some time. And then this is a picture of central Kansas. So for those of you who on the rainfall through 7 o'clock this morning. So we've actually seen a little bit more rainfall throughout the majority of our territory, and this gives you a little better picture of that. You can see throughout the majority of the state of Kansas, we've received, a very fair amount of rain, anywhere from 2.5 to 3 inches down that Mount Hope area to inch and a half to 2 inches here in the Mound Ridge and Inman area. Great moisture that was just well needed for all of us who've had our top dressing just recently put on, or who just finished strip tilling last night. Uh, just a wonderful beneficial rain. So what's causing this market to move? Russia's announcement of not banning exports or taxing exports was a huge deal today on affecting our overall marketplace. Continued weather issues, whether it be rain in the wheat belt or continued weather issues facing other markets throughout the world. And then the battle for acres. We mentioned a little bit on that corn and soybean spread, but what's it going to take to get the number of soybeans that we need to be successful? And corn still has its place at the table. So watching that battle throughout the world, not just in the United States, is going to be very key going forward. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So for any more additional information, feel free to contact our grain marketing or crop insurance specialist. Thank you and have a great day.